Making the headlines tonight. His Majesty King Norodom Sihamoni calls on all Cambodians to go to the polls for the Commune District Council election taking place on Sunday, 5th June. Political parties hold large-scale campaign marches on the last day of the Commune District Council election campaign. Tomorrow marks the 33rd anniversary of the government crackdown on pro-democracy demonstrators in Beijing's Tiananmen Square. The U.S. State Department updates its fact sheet on Taiwan again to reinstate a line about not supporting formal independence. This is the Daily Roundup on EAC News Channel. A very good evening to you. I'm Darshana Gochan. The King of Cambodia, His Majesty King Norodom Sihamoni, has called on all Cambodians to go to the polls for the 5th mandate Commune District Council election, which will take place on Sunday, 5th June 2022. EAC News reporter Dekanin has more.
In a royal letter dated 30th of March 2022, His Majesty King Norodom Sihamoni stated that the election on Sunday, 5th of June, will be a executive general election in accordance with a liberal multi-party democracy. He underlined that citizens do not have to worry about oppression, threats, or intimidation from any person or party. His Majesty said, "I urge my compatriots to exercise their right to vote according to their own conscience and for any candidate or political party that they have confidence in." The 5th Commune District Council election will be held on the 5th of June with the participation of 17 political parties who will compete to hold 11,622 commune council seats from 1,652 communes and districts nationwide with more than 9.2 million registered voters. Dekanin, EAC News.
Political parties participating in the 5th Commune District Council election hold large-scale campaign marches on the last day of the election campaign on Friday, 3rd June. Starting tomorrow, all campaigns will be halted, including all forms of publicity, in order to give time to voters to make a decision on which representatives of their choice they wish to elect. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the story.
The Vice President of the Cambodian People's Party, Deputy Prime Minister Saw King, led the procession of Plei Vang province with tens of thousands of participants on Friday morning as other processions similarly commenced across the country. In Phnom Penh, the CPP's procession marched along Samdek Tekul Hun Sen Boulevard, led by Phnom Penh Party Community Chairman Kong Sreng, with tens of thousands of people in attendance. The Candlelight Party also held its large-scale campaign march from Chabar Ampov district in Phnom Penh with thousands of participants, while Khmer United National Party marched from its headquarters in Troy, Chanvar. There are 17 parties in total participating in the 5th mandate Commune District Council elections in 2022. The 14-day election campaign ran from the 21st of May to the 3rd of June and is held every 5 years. Each party can hold a gathering, hold campaign marches by foot or vehicle, hand out flyers, promote their party through the loudspeakers, or publish videos to promote their political programs and seek support from electorate. Saturday, 4th of June is considered a white day that does not allow any political campaigning activity from any party. The Ministry of Information on Wednesday, the 1st of June, instructed all media to stop broadcasting information related to the 5th Commune District Council election on the 4th of June 2022, 24 hours before Election Day to give voters time to make a decision who they wish to elect. On Thursday, 2nd of June, the Permanent Secretary of Command for the Elections and the National Election Committee advised political parties not to mobilise supporters from other provinces or capitals during the campaign period to cause insecurity, undermine social output, dispute election campaigns and elections with a whole. In addition, the command stated that the political parties and all candidates and citizens must be involved in safeguarding an environment of the security of the campaign period and the election without any action contrary to the principles of the election law, or the regulations to procedures of the election with consideration of the ethnics of political parties and candidates in the election process, as well as other relevant legal documents in force. The 5th Commune District Council election will be held on Sunday the 5th of June, with candidates from 17 political parties competing to hold 11,622 commune council seats from 1,652 communes and districts nationwide, and with more than 9.2 million people registered to vote. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
The National Election Committee has instructed all political parties during the election campaign not to mobilize supporters from provinces or capitals to cause insecurity and disrupt social order during the campaign period and the election. This is according to an instruction that was published on Thursday, 2nd June, to strengthen security for the 5th Commune District Council election of 2022. EAC News reporter Dekanin has more details.
National Election Committee President Prak Chan has said in the instruction that in order to ensure the smooth process of the 5th Mandate Commune District Council election in 2022 in a calm environment of security, public order, safety, no violence and no threats, the NAC and the Permanent Security Command Force elections require political parties and or candidates not to mobilize forces from any capital or province to cause insecurity or disrupt social order in order to destroy the election campaign and the election. In addition, political parties and or candidates and citizens must be involved in safeguarding the environment of security for the election campaign and the election without any action contrary to the principles of the election law or the regulations and procedures of the election, the ethics for political parties and candidates in the election process, as well as other relevant legal documents in force. The NEC and the Permanent Security Command for Elections state that they strongly hope that all political parties, candidates, registered citizens, members of the general public, competent authorities, and the Election Commission, as well as the structural mechanism of the Permanent Security Command for Elections at all levels, work together to implement this guideline with a high sense of responsibility to create conditions which ensure a calm, non-violent, non-threatening, and completely safe environment for the 5th Mandate Commune District Council election 2022. Dekanin, EAC News.
On Thursday, 2nd June, a celebration for Queen Elizabeth II's birthday and Platinum Jubilee was held at the Himawari Hotel in Phnom Penh, with the Ambassador of the United Kingdom to Cambodia, Tina Redshaw, and the first Vice President of the Cambodian Mine Action and Victim Assistance Authority, Senior Minister Lee Tut, in attendance, along with many other ambassadors and distinguished guests. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more details.
Speaking at the celebration, Senior Minister Lai Tut, representing the Royal Government of Cambodia, relayed his best wishes and good health, longevity and a glorious reign to Her Majesty the Queen and her heartfelt congratulations to the people of the United Kingdom. He said, "It is remarkable that the Queen has ruled for longer than any other monarch in British history, becoming a highest respected and much loved figure across the globe." He added that Queen Elizabeth II had been a symbol of reform, continuity and tradition of the United Kingdom, and highlighted how she travelled exclusively across the Commonwealth and the world, building up the principles of friendship, loyalty and desire for freedom and peace. The senior minister also took the opportunity to touch briefly upon the bilateral relations and the cooperations between the Kingdom of Cambodia and United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. He said that he has noted the deep satisfaction that the two kingdoms, which are among the oldest remaining royalist institutions in the world, have been able to maintain an excellent state of friendship and comparative close relations in various fields of common interest since the establishment of diplomatic ties in 1953, and especially since the establishment of the British Embassy in Phnom Penh in 1991. He mentioned the UK's government general scheme of preference to grow free and fair trade with Cambodia while engaging in human rights dialogue and timely donation of AstraZeneca vaccines in the fight against COVID-19 as the two examples of support and cooperation from the UK to Cambodia. He also noted the substantial bilateral assistance that the UK government has lent to Cambodia. He gave the examples of the prestigious Chevening program, which has awarded 184 Cambodian students to pursue higher education in the UK between 1993 and 2020. The British Embassy in Phnom Penh active work in advancing and promoting STEM education, technical and vocational education and training, and women empowerment in Cambodia, and the renewal of support for deeming under the UK's Global Mine Action Program, which has benefits millions of Cambodians by allocating almost $10 million to release more land for safe agriculture, housing and rural development. Closing his remarks, the senior minister called on everyone to rise and join him in the toast on the behalf of the royal government to the good health, longevity and glorious reigns of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, His Majesty King Norodom Sihamoni, the good health of longevity of Her Majesty Queen Mother Norodom Mononith Sihanouk, the happiness of the prosperity of the British and Cambodian peoples, the good friendship and close cooperation between the Kingdom of Cambodia and the UK, The strong ties between the people of Cambodia and the people of the UK, and in celebration of the Queen's Elizabeth II's 66th birthday and the Platinum Jubilee. In 2022, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II will become the first British monarch in history to celebrate the Platinum Jubilee after 70 years of service. Global celebrations for her Platinum Jubilee began on Thursday the 2nd of June and will last for 4 days until Sunday the 5th of June. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
The Ministry of Health is studying with the World Health Organization the possibility of finding and using vaccines for monkeypox, as the disease has been found to be infecting communities in other countries, some of which had never recorded cases before. EAC News reporter Decca Nin has more.
The director of the CDC, Dr. Lisa Wan, has told EAC News that so far, the world has not reported any death from monkeypox, but the disease still cannot be underestimated. He urged people to be careful and to continue monitoring their health status. He stated that monkeypox can be fatal if the patient has other diseases that weaken the immune system, and added that the ministry is currently studying with the World Health Organization the possibility of using vaccines.
យើងកំពុងសិក្សារឿងហ្នឹងបាទកំពុងសិក្សារឿងហ្នឹងហើយខ្ញុំគិតថាយើងនឹងជាការចាក់វ៉ាក់សាំងគឺជាការងាកអតិភិបដែរបាទតែត្រូវការសិក្សាសិទ្ធិជាមួយអង្គការសុខភាពលោកយើងត្រូវស្ដាប់អនុសាសន៍របស់អង្គការសុខភាពលោកបាទ
Symptoms of monkeypox include rash or blisters on the hands, palms, feet, face, and one or more symptoms such as fever over 38.5 degrees Celsius, muscle ache, swollen lymph nodes, headaches, and back pain. The CDC director has urged the public to be vigilant and to follow up any suspected cases by going to the nearest hospital or calling 115, the emergency health service number. Since the 13th of May 2022, cases of monkeypox has been reported to the WHO from 23 member countries, as the epidemic investigation continues. To date, most of the reported cases have not been related to travel to infected areas. According to the WHO, as of 26th of May, 520 cases of monkeypox have been so far reported in 23 countries, with countries in Europe being the most affected. Dekanin, EAC News.
If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of our platforms and channels. The EAC News app, YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website www.eacnews.asia. Join me and the rest of the EAC News team every day on your favorite channels. EAC News, Cambodia made clear.
The U.S. State Department has updated its fact sheet on Taiwan again to reinstate a line about not supporting formal independence for the Chinese-claimed democratically governed island.
Last month, the State Department changed its wording on its website on Taiwan, removing wording both on not supporting Taiwan independence and not acknowledging Beijing's position that Taiwan is part of China to anger Beijing. Washington said update did not reflect the change in the policy, that the wording has now been changed again to enunciate a line saying, "We do not support Taiwan independence." The change was first reported by Taiwan's official central news agency on Friday and appears to have happened on May the 28th, the date of the top of the fact sheet. The State Department did not immediately respond to requests for comment. State Department spokesman Ned Price said in May that the United States does not support Taiwan's independence, and we have repeatedly made this clear both in public and in private. Taiwan is already a de facto independent state, through with only limited international recognition. Washington has no formal ties with Taipei, but is most important international backer of its arms supplier. Taiwan's official name remains Republic of China, the name of the government that fled the island in 1949 after losing a civil war with the Communist Party, who set up the People's Republic of China, its capital in Beijing. The Chinese government in 2005 passed a law giving Beijing a legal basis for military action if it judges Taiwan to have ceded or be about to. Taiwan's government says only the island's 23 million people have the right to decide their future, and while it wants peace, it will defend itself an attack. The United States and Taiwan announced the US-Taiwan intentive on the 21st century trade on Wednesday, days after Biden's administration excluded the Chinese claimed island from its Asian-focused economic plan designed to counter Beijing's growing influence. China firmly opposes the new trade intentive between Taiwan and the United States. The Commerce Ministry said on Thursday a plan for the governments in Taipei says its recognition of the key position the island plays in global supply chains. Beijing opposes any form of official contact between Taiwan and other countries, including negotiating and signing any economic and trade agreements with sovereign contentions and other official nature, Gale told the online briefing. US President Joe Biden saying on Monday, the 23rd of May, that he would be willing to use force to defend Taiwan against Chinese aggression. Can US have it both ways? We will defend the country we won't recognise against the country that owns it. Biden made a similar comment in October saying, yes, we have a commitment to do that. When asked if the United States would come to defense of Taiwan at the time, a White House spokesman said Biden was not announcing any change to US policy, and one analyst referred to the comment as guff. Taiwan will keep on fighting for their civil rights and its own identity. China's foreign minister said on Monday, the 23rd of May, that the US should not defend Taiwan independence after US President Joe Biden said Washington would defend Taiwan's military if being invaded by a self-governed island. China has no room for compromise or concessions on matters relating to the sovereignty and the territorial integrity, Foreign Minister spokesman Wang Wenbin told regular news briefing in Beijing. No one should underestimate the Chinese people's firm resolution, will and capability to defend its national sovereignty and territorial integrity, and should not stand against the 1.4 billion Chinese people, Wang said.
And finally, Queen Elizabeth led the lighting of the principal Platinum Jubilee beacon from her Windsor Castle home on Thursday night, 2nd June, as the first day of celebrations to mark her Platinum Jubilee came to a close. The ceremony saw a carpet of lights pass from Windsor to Buckingham Palace to light up a tree making up the beacon's centerpiece. British newspapers reporting on Queen Elizabeth's record-breaking 70 years on the British throne went to the press in Broxburn, north of London, on Thursday night. Britain kicked off 4 days of pomp, parties, and parades to celebrate the Queen's record-breaking 70 years on the British throne. A beaming Queen Elizabeth waved to cheering crowds massed outside Buckingham Palace. Tens of thousands of royal supporters waving flags lined the streets of London for a military parade at the start of the 4-day Platinum Jubilee. Millions of people across Britain and the world were expected to watch the festivities, join street parties, and light beacons in honor of the 96-year-old Queen. Prince Charles, the Queen's eldest son and heir to the throne, led a military parade on Thursday, 2nd June to mark Queen Elizabeth's 70 years on the throne. Joining the Horse Guard military parade were William, Prince Charles's eldest son, and Charles's sister, Princess Anne. The military parade in central London is held annually to mark the Queen's official birthday, with 1,500 soldiers marching to military music in ceremonial uniforms of scarlet tunics and bearskin hats. Royal Air Force fly-past painted the skies over London's Buckingham Palace in red, white, and blue. Royal fans gathered in St. James Park in central London on Thursday, 2nd June to watch the Trooping the Colour military parade and British royal family on big screens. People were seen waving and wearing Union Jack flags to mark the historic celebration for the Queen's record-breaking 70 years on the British throne. The pomp, parties, and parades will last over 4 days. Well, I thought it was historic, really. We've come out with all the grandchildren and we're all excited to, it's 70 years. She's been on the throne and she's done so much for the country and it's just incredible, said 62-year-old Jubilee spectator Carol Warren. Millions of people across Britain and the world are expected to join street parties, watch the festivities, and light beacons. 53 other nations joined in celebrating common heritage, celebrating a life of service, fidelity, integrity, and humanity, as they lit the beacon and gave thanks for Her Majesty's long reign and sent her other very warmest congratulations on this magnificent milestone. Thank you for watching the Daily Roundup on EAC News Channel. For more breaking news and updates, you can check out our website, eacnews.asia, or search EAC News on Smart TV, Telegram, or at your favorite app store. More from the EAC News team tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We will see you then.